Welcome to Forsaken Isle, a top-down pixel survival RPG set on a deserted island. We are stranded and alone, and will explore a procedurally generated world filled with caves, ruins, powerful enemies, and hidden treasures. So join me as I hunt, build a base, uncover secrets, and craft powerful gear on the road to survival. So let's begin. Alright, so we spawned on an island and I couldn't really figure it out, but I couldn't whack the trees yet. So I'm assuming we'll need like an axe or something. So we'll start by gathering items on the ground, but well, as I was gathering the stuff, it was suddenly attacked by random monsters in the surroundings. Honestly, the combat feels pretty fun. Like just whacking it with my fist, it was fast. Anyways, I still had no idea what I was doing, so I just gathered like random stuff that I can find in the surrounding. I also went down to check what I can find down there, but it seems like it's a dangerous area for now, so let's not go there. I think our first goal should be to make a base and like make some tools. I was pretty confident by my skills though, because I can easily dodge the slimes as long as I pay attention, and it doesn't really take a long to defeat one, but I really do think I need a new weapon. So I got to crafting, and eventually I found myself being able to craft myself a flint axe. So now we can chop those wood, so this is a start. And each time I get like new stuff, I unlock a lot of new recipes. And now we can make like a workbench, and I think making the workbench would unlock like a couple of new stuff as well. After a couple of farming, I was now able to make myself a bow, and it feels so awesome because you can do like a charge shot and it deals like a good amount of damage, and we can fight monsters very safely from afar. So it's a really good weapon, and right now I actually want to like focus on range armors and stuff because yeah, it just feels good to have the bow. Then crafted myself a workbench, and I decided that this little area right here will be my base because there's like a ladder there, and it's a really convenient spot to go down underground if ever we want to. I also made myself this little wand called the Pearl Wand. It uses mana, of course, because it's magic. The damage though, it's not really as good as the bow, but hey, we have another ranged weapon that doesn't require arrows. And then got chopping some wood because I want to make myself an armor set. And the very first armor set that's available for us is a wooden armor set. So I crafted myself the wood mask and the wood armor. And look at us with our wooden armor. Pretty cool. Better than being naked. When it got to nighttime though, it was pretty dark. I'm just happy that I got myself some torch before the night started. I tried sleeping on a bed, but yeah, sleeping doesn't really fast forward time, so I guess we gotta survive the night. So at nighttime, skeletons do spawn, and I'm not sure what else. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Also, I'm dying. I have no idea of how I can regenerate some health. So the best bet I wanted to think was like, I need to make a campfire so I can cook all the meat that I've gotten from defeating all the pigs. And thank God I finally got the recipe after looting some rocks. So with the campfire, I inserted a couple of the meat that I have looted so far. But yeah, turns out this thing doesn't really heal us. Instead, it gives us a buff that increases our damage by 5%. So I still need to figure out how I'm gonna heal myself. But while I was doing this, the campfire actually has this little small buff that if you're around it, you can heal 3 HP per second. Or not per second, I think per 10 seconds or something. And so our health trouble is gone, but not really, because on our adventures, we'll need something to keep healing us. Anyways, right now, I just continued like crafting a bunch of random stuff that would probably give us new recipes to make other stuff. So that was the goal right now, because I have no idea how progression would work out. So this was a plan. There are also a couple of accessories that I can craft, like this mortar and pistol right here, which lowers the cooldown for potions. So I'm very glad that there are potions in this game. Also, you need a tanning rack, and you have to manually tan the leather or the raw hides into leather. So that's a pain in the butt. But hey, this is our new armor set that we can craft, the leather armor set. So we gotta kill more pigs and gather more leathers. Alright, I also crafted myself a spear. It's a pretty long range weapon, better than the fist at least. The damage is not really that good, but it's decent enough. And while on this journey, look what I found. Well, this is the swamp-like area where there are snakes, but more importantly, we found ourselves our very first chest. Inside was an accessory called a boots that increases my movement speed, so I was very happy with this. Also, there were a couple of arrows and potion. Finally, we have a potion that will heal us. So yeah, I'm glad to have discovered this chest. Anyways, as I continued exploring in the swamp, I found this. Let's just call this a witch, I guess. It's pretty much a witch, but this witch actually sells potions, which is, yeah, I'm happy to have found this person. Also, there's something called collections where if you submit everything, he will reward you or she will reward you with a couple of stuff. For this, we have unlocked a recipe for an alchemy table, but if we complete like the collection, we can get a heart container which increases our health. For the items we sell, yeah, potions and a couple of gears and accessories. And we don't really have the money to purchase any, so yeah, nothing to do here. As I continued my exploration, I then found an old man and what looks like a door. It's probably like a gate or a portal to somewhere. But, well, it doesn't really do anything at the moment. He just told me to come back sometime. So I guess that's what we're doing. We'll just come back when, I don't know, when we discover something and like would activate this thing. I then found another chest and this time it contains something called a shackle that increases my damage by 5%. Also, I've been getting a lot of the summoning item for Blurp, the abominous ooze. I'm not really sure when I should fight this, but I think once I get like a better armor or weapon, then we can try fighting this boss. Found more chests, but it only contained a shackle. And the good thing of this game is you can actually stack the accessory and the effect will just exponentially increase. Like right now we have 3 shackles, so I have an increased damage of 15%. I was assuming you can only equip one type of accessory each, but no, you can actually equip everything that you want to. And finally, I found an accessory that heals my HP by 1 every 3 seconds. So finally, something that heals us aside from using a potion. So this makes me happy. And after I was like tired of exploring the surface, it was finally time to head over to the underground caves and get some random stuff. So we have some copper and sapphires. This like made us learn new recipes. There are also like statues like this which gives buffs. For this one, it's a warrior shrine that gives melee and range damage increase by 15%. There are also fountains that increase our regeneration on mana and HP. So yeah, this place is filled with goodies. It's pretty dark down here, but I'm so glad that I found myself a handheld lantern. So there's also this scroll of recall which immediately teleports us towards our base. I almost died there because I was focused on looting. I did not notice that there was a skeleton attacking me already. Also looting its bone, I have acquired new recipes as well. So awesome. So with the lantern, we actually have very good vision even in the dark. We don't really need to constantly place torches. But I like to place torches because if I move away from the spot, the light disappears. So the torch is very useful. So down here, there are coals as well. Also, eventually, I get some iron. Anyways, I just continued my adventures in the caves, getting a lot of copper and iron. I really can't wait to smelt them on the surface. Also, having the bow is a real godsend down here because everything is very threatening. Like, they can kill me with just a couple of hits. But me, it takes a while for me to kill them. Still, with the safe option of having the bow, it's good. Also, there's this goblin that keeps running while holding a lot of gold. And if you kill it, it gives like a lot of goodies. It gave me some ingots and an accessory called magnet. Magnet basically increases the range where I can loot some coins. It's pretty useful, but I already have like better accessories at the moment. I really like getting to kill these goblins as they drop rare stuff like the ingots or the metal ores that is down here. I eventually discovered this ruin-like area or ruin-looking area, and it's filled with these, I don't know how to call them, like goblins, savages, I don't know. There's also this like shaman that keeps healing, but yeah, I took care of it with my fire arrow. It was fairly simple to craft, just some torches and the arrow combined, and you got a fire arrow which burns the enemy, dealing more damage because we don't really have damage right now. Also, this place is like booby trap. I then found a goblin merchant, and yeah, we can trade with him, and he has really interesting stuff. By interesting stuff, I mean he has really good accessories for ranged characters. So I'm planning to buy these, but I don't really have that much gold, but I do have a lot of items that I can sell so we can like afford this. He also has like an armor set that increases mining speed, so I think it's pretty interesting. For this boots, I have no idea what it is for, but it's like 10,000 gold. I can't really afford it, so let's ignore it. I then found this camp, which was full of goblins before I killed them all. But anyways, I found myself a goblin helmet. Let's go! Free! Instead of buying it from the merchant for like 1,500 gold, we got it for free. Also, while I was like randomly exploring and killing like a goblin, I totally did not notice a bat was attacking me. And yeah, we died. But we don't really lose any items. We just instantly teleported at base, which there's this traveling merchant right here, and I'm pretty happy to find this guy because he sells like a couple of items that are really nice, specifically random accessories that he might have that we don't have. But right now I don't have any gold, but yeah, in the future we'll keep buying stuff from this guy. He sells goodies. And yeah, since my inventory was kinda getting full now, I decided to do a little inventory management where I placed on a couple of chests that I got so far in the adventure. And well, it's time to start storing items we don't really need in our inventory. I also crafted myself a bone bow. This should help increase our damage per second. And afterwards, I crafted a bunch of random new accessories that I can combine so we can wear more basically because we're combining them. I also crafted myself some copper tools because I figured out how to smelt by using a furnace and crafting the gears and an anvil. Anyways, it's time to fight the boss. So our very first boss enemy would be Blurp. Oh my god, it hurts. That's like 900 HP. Oh my god, I should have like made an area for arenas, which I can easily dodge or something. Well, worry not. We can bleed it out. Oh, it summons slimes as well. That's annoying. I like how the slimes just pop out from the ground. It feels really fattening. Alright, a couple more hits. I really need to increase my health pool though, because I die like 2 hits. Yes, we got a heart container. Woo! Increase HP by 20. Let's go. Alright, so we defeated our first boss and look at what it dropped. I look like Link. It also dropped something called an adventurer's boomerang. So yeah, cool. Weapon upgrades. Let's go. Let's try this out. Oh my god, look at the damage. So I continued summoning Blurp. I wanted to see what else it drops. Maybe it drops another weapon, an armor, accessory. I don't know. I have a lot of summoning items from like roaming around so far, so we can keep summoning him and killing him. And for this skill, I got myself an accessory. 2 accessory actually. Page of slaying ooze, which increases damage to ooze type monsters, and you know, the shield, Hylian shield, actually the adventurer shield that gives immunity to broken armor, and it has like 3 defense. So yeah, I'm wearing this so I can increase my survivability. I then went back to the caves afterwards. I crafted myself a copper key because there were these ladders to go down that needs copper keys, and since we have one already, I made one. And now we can mine for new stuff. So down here, we got a jade, we got some sulfur, and there are also new monsters here. So this place has like bigger bats than the bats that we were used to defeating on like the first level. And there's also a couple of spiders here, and it gave me new recipes for a bow, a sword, and an armor. So yeah, I'm very excited to defeat more of these spiders and get their materials. But as you can see, my damage is pretty bad and it keeps like summoning baby spiders that don't really drop anything. So I got Ballsy and Charge right in so I can destroy like the spawner. And yeah, I got a couple of materials from here. So yeah, win-win. After returning home, I gathered a couple of the spider fangs and now I can make the spider armor. It has more armor than the Goblin armor set that I have, which only gives like 2 armor each. This armor set actually gives 8 and 7 defense. The armor giving 8, the helmet giving 7, but I don't really have enough spider fangs, so I gotta go back down. For the sword, I would need some iron ingots. I can craft it already, the bow and the sword. I just need a couple of ingredients which I don't have yet. So we're gonna go for that and then continue farming down there. So the cool thing about this new bow is that it shoots 2 projectile. So I'm like doing double the damage now compared to my old bow. Also, I decided to keep killing like Blurp. Maybe he drops more stuff. So yeah, that is the current plan right now. Why not? I kill him faster now than before because of our new weapons. Sword is also really good. It has a debuff which slows down enemies called Web. It doesn't really affect the boss though, but hey, the damage is pretty good so I don't really mind. It's a good weapon. Look at that damage. I'm already killing Blurb. And then went back to the swamp to the witch at the swamp and gave her a couple of the stuff that I had. I did not have enough to get the heart container. I just need something called a blue mushroom, which I don't have right now and I have no clue where to get. But hey, at least we're here. I'm just here to buy like empty bottles so I can craft the alchemy table so we can start making potions. I then went back to the spider cave as I really wanted to complete my spider armor. So I just need a couple of fangs left and I can make myself the spider helmet. Afterwards, I just explored the second level to see if I can find any chests or loot anything interesting. There are also this new type of monster. I'm not really sure how to call this thing, but I think it's a wraith because it looks like a wraith. It has this magic where it shoots like, I don't know, moon, half moon, crescent magic attack. Well, yeah, it's a pretty interesting monster. It's pretty annoying as well. Also, I'm really loving the web effect on my weapons because I can slow down the goblins so they don't even run. Also, upon returning home, I finally have this spider helmet and yeah, I look really nice now. So currently, my plan is to basically make a proper base. So I'm like destroying most of the stuff. One thing is, all of the stations are actually connected. As long as everything is near a chest, they can pull the items from the chest. It has to be pretty close though or else it wouldn't work, I think. Well, I tried using one from afar and it did not pick up whatever I had on my chest. So it has to be close. So yeah, there are great changes coming. Basically putting cobblestones on the floor and calling it a base. I had to mine like a couple of rocks, but this was not a problem anymore as I have an iron pickaxe now. So gathering this is pretty fast now compared to like when we only had the wooden pickaxe. But I say so far so good. The base is looking fine. It's just not symmetrical, which kinda triggers me a bit. But I'll work on it. And just a couple more finishing touches and I think I'm satisfied with this base even though it kind of looks ugly, but I'm satisfied. I don't know what you're saying, but I kind of like it better than just the grass and like some random things before. I think this is way better. It's more cleaner and it's actually a base, not like just putting random stuff on the ground. Anyways, now that we've unlocked iron, it's finally time to visit like the 3rd floor. So I'm pretty happy that most of the ladders that I'm using is just close together. So I can easily access like the 3rd floor, which makes me happy. So the stuff here is full of like lava and yeah, I'm not really immune to lava. I was hoping I can like put a bridge on the ground so I can cross the lava, but no, I have to like mine the stones so I can proceed. There are also golems here, as you can see there. They're trying to like go to me now, but worry not. We got this. The damage we do is not that great, but good enough. There are also these curious rooms, but I have no way of getting inside. I thought that maybe I need to go there to access like the 4th floor or something, but I can't break the walls, so I can't really proceed. I did, however, finally found the blue mushrooms that I'm looking for, so now we can get a heart container once we deliver this to the witch at the swamp. And actually, just close by is a boss room. And here, we have a golem boss. And he's called Pebble the Warden. I wasn't really prepared for this, but I just went in. But the damage I do is not really that bad, so we got this. Oh my god! Oh my god, my potion is on cooldown. What the frick? Okay, let's play the smart. Don't wanna die. Nice! We won. And we got a heart container. I wasn't really expecting the golem to do a lot of damage. I almost died, but thankfully we had some potions. And look, I got this something called the Earthen Shawl. I read the text, but I did not really understand it. But basically, I'm immune or have damage reduction for like a few shots and it recharges. Since it's purple, I'm assuming it's a pretty rare accessory, so I just wore it. Afterwards, I just continued roaming around, hoping that I can get like treasures and discover other stuff as well. I then built like a farming section in my base as I had something called a heart blossom seed, and these heart blossoms are gonna be ingredients for making some medium potions. Or it's called heart bloom, not heart blossom. Still, I need to figure out how to make the glass bottles. Also, with the blue mushroom, we have access to a new armor set, but I'm not really into this thing. But I do want to make the armor set that the golden material that it dropped enables us to make this. But right now, I can only craft one, so I need to fight that golem again so I can complete the set. But before we resume our adventure, I then went back to the alchemist because I wanted to give the blue mushroom, but I totally forgot to bring it, so now I have to come back again. And finally, we have another heart container, increasing our health by a plus 20 again. Now we have like 7 hearts. Afterwards, I visited the old man. I'm assuming that the portal was activated because we have already defeated like the boss at the 3rd floor. So I was right, the portal is now available. And he told me that there was another traveler inside. Also, he gave me this boost of Hermes. Now we can dash. Awesome! We can dash now! The cooldown's pretty long though, but hey, we can dash. We can get away from trouble. And since I was here, I decided why not? Let's explore the new area. Immediately, I found a lot of boxes that I can crack. Got some dark steel scrap, which we can make dark steel ingot. And I'm assuming we can make new items out of this. So, pretty excited! As for the enemies here, they're flying weapons. There are also some skeletons. They look really threatening, honestly. But yeah, we can easily deal with them with our bow, so no worries. The most tanky enemy I fought down here was this knight guy. He like throws trash around. But the best thing about this dude is like he drops something called a dungeon chest key, which we need to locate some chests, and I'm assuming we can get good items out of it. And I just so happened to find a chest just close by, and I got myself something called the Void Scepter. This weapon sounds really strong, so I was so excited to try it out. Honestly, this weapon is really cool. It penetrates through enemies because it's like a dark laser beam. The only problem I have with this weapon is that I don't have the mana pool to keep using it. I run out of mana so fast that I can only shoot like maybe 5 beams at a time. Then I'll regenerate some mana first before I can shoot again. Still though, it's a really strong weapon. I then found this really nice accessory called the Black Belt, and this thing increases my charge for dash by 1, so I can now dash like twice, which is really good because I feel like I'm more safer with an extra dash. And while I was minding my own business, the boss decided to like summon itself. I guess this happens if you just kill enough monsters that it will just decide to appear and like try to kill you. Right now, I'm just trying my best. I don't really have a new armor set, new weapon. But yeah, I'm doing actually pretty good. As long as I survive by like healing myself and like keep hitting the boss, then we might have a chance here. It was honestly almost a clutch, but my potion is on cooldown and I'm dying. So one more hit and I'm dead. Ah, I was so close. Well, since I died, I decided to pay a visit to the Golem boss again so I can craft the remaining piece, which would be the headpiece. The second battle honestly wasn't that hard. I was used to it in the first battle. Fairly easy to dodge, and I got a new melee weapon called the Earth Splitter. So as its name suggests, it splits the ground and gives like the crack. Same as the boss attack that cracks the ground and damage for a massive damage. Also, since I had a lot of materials for crafting like this mage armor called the Dark Silk armor set, I decided to craft one, but yeah, magic is still not my thing. The amount of mana regeneration from just these two items, I don't think it's gonna be enough to keep spamming magic attacks, but I just wanted to try it on, and honestly, it looks pretty cool. The next thing I did was smelt the dark steel scraps that I got from the dungeon, and well, just waiting for the ingots to be formed so we can craft the new items. While waiting for the scraps to be smelted, I fought the boss again because I'm still curious if it would drop something else, like an item we don't have, but no, it didn't. The traveling merchant did, however, visited our base again, and now we could purchase one of his wares. So there's this thing that costs a lot of money called the mysterious dark steel fragment. I'm assuming we're gonna be using one of this to like upgrade our stuff, so I bought one even though if it's for 10,000 gold. But if you notice the amount of money that I have right now, I'm pretty rich, so I can afford like a 10,000 gold material at the moment. And with all the dark steel metal scraps that I have, I made myself a new armor set and also a weapon. And I went back to the dungeon, and yeah, the sword is doing a pretty decent amount of damage, and the attack speed isn't that bad. So I'm kind of liking what I have right now. So we just need to continue like looking for stuff. And oh my god, I got a new recipe. I got this thing called the Shard of Shadow Blight. But before I actually craft that thing, I decided to fight the boss since I have the summoning item right now. And it's time for our revenge match. Honestly, with this really nice arena, I stand a really good chance of defeating this thing without suffering a lot. It wasn't really my intention, or I did not really like find this place. I just went here because there was this NPC that needs saving. If you notice that little guy on like the prison cage right there. Almost died. Yes, we won. Woo! Oh my god. We have defeated the boss and got ourselves the Warden key. I also got this new weapon called the Soul Lantern, and I'm thinking it works the same as the lantern. I think it's called the Night Glow in Terraria, maybe. Anyways, with the Warden key, we have freed this guy, and he was said that he will give us something when we reach the top. Well, I resumed my journey to gather random items on the bottom of the dungeon first before going home. I then crafted myself the Shadow Blight sword, and oh my god, this thing summons projectiles as you hit enemies with it. And it also has a really high crit rate. I believe it was 6% or 9%, and the damage is way higher than the Dark Steel or the new weapon that we had earlier. And I went back to where the portal is, and here we find the person that we have saved, and he gave us an item that anytime we can summon a ship and ride it. So let's go! So with a press of a button, we immediately go to our ship. And here, we can go to another island to explore. There are a total of 2 new islands that we can go to. For now, yeah, I'm just interested in like looking through the ship. Also, one thing about the ship is that when you teleport to the ship and teleport back, you go back to your respawn point, meaning we have an easy way to go back to base if we were to wander around. Anyways, with nothing left to do at the first island that we were at, it was time to go to the Glacier Island. We kind of arrived pretty fast, so yeah, it's time to explore this new land. And wow, it's pretty dark because, you know, it's nighttime and the enemies here, they die so fast from my Shadow Blade. It's actually homing bolts of magic, and it kills them really fast. Like, this weapon is OP, I swear. I think I found myself a really rare and strong weapon, so I'm having an easy time destroying all the enemies that I see here. And then I went underground because I found a random ladder and immediately tried mining this yellow looking jewel, and oh my god, it's so tanky. So this thing was a topaz, and we've unlocked a new item set. Also, there's a lot of chests down here, and they're very close together and they're very easy to find. It was also honestly very easy to like explore down here because my sword is just so OP. It deals so much damage in so little time that I have an easy time like just killing everything. The only problem I have is the mining part. Everything is so dang tanky down here. I eventually found where the boss area is. I'm calling this the boss area because, well, to you, how does this look like? It's 100% boss area. But we'll need a summoning item, which I actually have a lot of after getting a lot of chests. But I don't plan on fighting the boss yet, not until I get a new armor set, a new weapon, or anything that's new that we can craft with the new items that we have gotten so far. So right now, I just continued exploring the area, gathering a lot of materials from all these monsters. And I swear to god, mining rocks here is very, like, it takes a long time because they're very tanky. There's really no other way of getting to the other side of like these walls unless I mine them. So yeah, we're gonna have to suffer from this. I actually got a couple of cool new weapons down here by defeating monsters or also looting them from the chest. So this one is a melee weapon that throws like axes towards the enemies. Honestly, it's not that strong. My sword is strong, but this one, it's pretty cute. Anyways, returning to my main base, I crafted myself the armor set called Everfrost. I also crafted myself a new pickaxe because, you know, the pickaxe I had when I went exploring at the ice caves was pretty weak. And right now, I'm just looking for like iron ores because the frozen cores that I got from the ice cave combined with iron ingots makes the frost ingots or something. And that's what we use to craft the new stuff. Oh, if you know this, I got this sword from the ice cave as well. It shoots out projectile just like my other sword, but this one is more like a straight line compared to the other one. It's pretty cool, honestly. And look what I found at the second layer. I never really knew that this place actually existed. But even if I start grinding here, the items that they give is not really as strong as the ones I already have. We have already progressed so far, but I wish I would have discovered this place first before progressing. But well, whatever. We're already done exploring this place. I mean, the second layer, and damage is not really that good anymore. I still tried it out though. Pretty cool sword. It fires this projectile. So yeah, I kind of regret not exploring more on the second level when I was still like weaker than this. I then went back to the dungeon where we fought like the Grim Reaper guy because I wanted to see what else this guy drops. And look at its HP drain so fast using our Shadow Blight sword. This thing is honestly powerful. Like, oh my god, it's already dying and my health is still full. He is outmatched. He has nothing against us. He's dead already. You know what this guy dropped? A chain gun. So I'm very interested in trying this out. But my problem is I don't have any bullets. Well, aside from the ones that I've looted so far, I don't have any other bullets. So once we run out of this, we have no way of making bullets at the moment because I don't know how. Anyways, I kept farming this guy. Maybe he dropped something else. And oh my god, a chain gun is very fun. It shoots very rapidly. And the damage is amazing. But I think my sword kills this guy faster. And there we go. We ran out of bullets actually. But yeah, really cool gun. Anyways, back to the ice caves. It's finally time to fight the boss. I'm pretty much ready. I have my overpowered sword. I also have a couple of summoning items already. I have improved my pickaxe and the damage is still very weak. Look at this. I still have struggling against this yellow rock. Anyways, back to our main goal, which is to summon the boss. So we have Frostclaw here, and it's time for him to say goodbye. Also, I crafted this bullet that I inserted like some souls. I forgot what it's called, but soul dust or something. So now it's homing bullets. So pretty awesome, right? The problem is it homes towards the ice walls as well, so it's pretty dumb. Still though, pretty cool bullet plus the gun combo. I like it both. Still though, the sword is still better than the gun or everything else, but it's safer. It's a safer choice if we don't want to fight close range, because we might accidentally die from one of its attack if we can't avoid it. Oh my god. What the? Oh my god. Oh lord. Oh. Okay, let's maintain distance. Let's wait for our regeneration. Wow. The ice blocks are annoying. They make me not be able to use my... Oh lord. When he starts throwing like snowballs, that's where my life is in danger. Well, anyways, we have defeated it. And we got the Endless Spire world map. And with this, we can finally travel to the third island. But before we do so, I want to keep fighting this Yeti. But we need to regenerate first. Also got a new magic weapon here called the Winter's Bite. But it's not as good as the Void Staff I have right now, because I don't have a lot of mana to make use of. Killing this guy a second time earned me another weapon called the Frigid Scythe. Frigid Reaper, actually. So it's another magic weapon, and this thing summons like projectiles. Oh, this is cool. Takes like 1 mana though. So it's time to try it out against the Yeti. And the damage is pretty meh. Like, it did not even exist at all. So yeah, I stopped using it afterwards. Anyways, it's finally time to visit the third island. Let's go. So this place looks like it has this wizard tower right here. I was hoping to have like combat immediately, but it was pretty peaceful in the surface. There's only animals and some flowers here, so yeah, it's pretty safe. Anyways, inside there was this magician asking us for help because his friends or accomplices dabbled in forbidden magic. So now he wants our help to solve this issue with the forbidden magic. Also, this guy sells stuff, and it's mostly wizard stuff or magic stuff. So yeah, this is pretty nice. I can shop for these magical items that he has. Honestly, just wanted to purchase everything, one of each, because I wanted to unlock like new recipes to combine accessories so I can wear better ones. Also, finally, we have the scroll of recall. He sells this, so now we can easily go home with this. After entering the dungeon, immediately I found a chest, and upon trying to open it, it was actually a mimic called Chaos Mimic. So this thing, oh my god, is pretty crazy. God, that's crazy. Alright, not that hard, we're fine. But that was just unexpected. Oh lord. Oh lord. Alright. And we got a mana crystal from defeating the mimic. Nice. Actually, increased mana pool. I wanted to approach that chest hoping that it's another mimic so we can fight it and gain like another item. Also, if you notice, this place is filled with booby traps or traps, so it hinders our adventurous spirit of just going through everything very fast. I eventually reached one of the key points here, which was to get this blue telepad key. This will enable me to interact with this blue telepads, and it will teleport me to places. Like this one, it teleported me to a library. So this library is actually filled with a lot of new enemies, and they look really threatening, and they're pretty tanky as well. So these guys actually drop an item called Enchanted Armor Plate, and with that we can craft new stuff. So pretty excited for that. Also, I did not really know, but you can actually mine the books underground, and yeah, it gives you books. And books, you can use this to craft some accessories. So yeah, interesting. So I started gathering some books. I don't know how many I'll need, but it's always nice to have. Afterwards, I returned home because it's finally time to craft some new stuff. And right, if you notice, I got a new helmet. I actually got this from one of the enemies in the library. So yeah, pretty cool. It's a squire helmet. There's also this new item called the Sanguine Katana. I pick up a katana at the library, and well, if I combine this with something called the Occult Tome of Life, it's actually an accessory I crafted using the Ruby Ring and a book that gives me an ability to get like 3 HP per kill. And if I combine it with a katana, we get the Sanguine Katana. But the damage on the katana is pretty bad compared to our Soul Blight, so I'd rather keep the tome. So yeah, there are a lot of new stuff that I can make right now, but we have a limited like accessory slot. I wish I can wear everything that I've looted, but I can't. So for now, I just crafted a Squire set and headed back to the library because I still haven't fully explored this place and I haven't found like the key items so we can continue. And yeah, I'm wearing a giant axe right now. The damage is very high, but attack speed is really low. I got this off one of the boxes here, I believe. As I continued my exploration, I think I found the area that we need to get through to interact with the runestone right there. That is probably it. But currently I'm struggling because there's a lot of booby traps and a lot of enemies that are trying to take my life. I made a mistake here where I rushed towards the next platform which still had spikes and well, I died. Anyways, coming back to the area again, finally this time I have made it, and as you can see, I had like either 1 HP or no HP at all. Anyways, we made it, we got the green telepad, so now we can explore the next area. Let's go! Honestly, it didn't last long because one of the, booby traps, I got hit with a fire and died. I came back and pressed on and finally reached a place where the next goal is kinda here. So we got teleported to this place filled with flowers. It's basically a magical garden, I guess. And there are these really threatening plants that try to kill us. So it's time to explore this place and look for new stuff. We actually got a new weapon. So I'm gonna try this thing out. So this thing, just like the Earth Splitter, shoots out like a crack. But actually this one shoots up like vines. The damage is pretty bad. So I'm going back to my first weapon. This one, the very strong one. And honestly, it didn't take long for me to find the next goal area. As you can see, there's like that green rune over there. But there's one problem. I don't have the key to open this maze. So I believe I either gotta explore more or just kill monsters until they drop a key. There's also a garden here that gave like mana fruits. So yeah, cool. Now we have the recipe for making a greater mana potion. It's not like we're a mage or anything. Anyways, once I have found the key, it's time to go through the mage and get to the rune thingy. It wasn't really that hard. That maze, very simple. And here we go. We got a new item. It's a grappling hook. So now if you notice, there's these things here. We can finally hook through those and we can continue with our adventure. So yeah, pretty awesome. Let's go. So I'm assuming entering this is the boss area, and I was right. So this is the thing from beyond. Alright. Oh my god. Oh lord. What's this? I have to break the portals? Okay. I'll keep summoning enemies. Oh. Wow, this is annoying. This is where the Gatling gun comes in. Alright. The homing weapon. We just need to focus on dodging. That's it. Oh lord! Oh! Alright, this is fun. Oh my god. Oh lord. That's hard to dodge, not gonna lie. Oh, there's like a black hole or something. Okay, half health. Oh. Oh my god, I need extra dash. I need the ninja tabby boots. Alright, more planet thingies are coming! Oh my god, oh. I hate how it reverses my movement. I really have a hard time moving around. Oh my god, we have like no health. The boss is dying and I'm dying. Oh, thank god, the potion cooldown. Alright. Alright. Okay. No. As much as I want to kill the boss. Yes! We have defeated it. Woo! We got a Tome of Chaos. What is that? So we had a clutch right there. We could have died, but we survived. So let's go. Also, we have this void beacon right here. So what we can do with this void beacon is we can actually place it down. What happens is it will summon, like, I guess meteors from the void. Or I don't know. So we're just waiting for this to, like, do its thing. And meteors will come out and they basically change the biome into something weird. And there's something that would get summoned at the center of it all. This thing right here. I have no idea what that is. I can't mine it as well because my tool's not powerful enough. Also, we have a new type of ore called the void ore after mining this. So, nice! After returning home, I then tried smelting the void ore. And yeah, it needs an essence of the void plus the void ore in order to make an ingot. And I have no clue where to get the essence of the void, so we'll need to figure that out. And once we have the ingot, we have a lot of new recipes for weapons and armors. Anyways, while waiting for a bit, the boss finally spawned again, and I want to try defeating it again and again to get like the other stuff that it would drop. I'm pretty curious what else it drops. And I'm trying to use this new range weapon called the Razor Leaf Blower that I got from the maze earlier. Not really doing that great. So we're going back to our old plan of just using our sword and our void staff. And as for what I got on this skill, it's a pretty good range weapon. It's called the Nightmare's Whisper. So this thing is a laser weapon. Unlimited ammo, not magic. It's like our void staff, but unlimited that doesn't require mana. Also, remember where we put the beacon? It actually summons monsters as well. And this is where we can farm the essence of the void. And if we wait, it will naturally spread all over the island and it will create ores from time to time where we can mine. So all I really need to do is just go away from it for a bit and go back, and then the monsters from the void will get summoned. So yeah, time to farm some essence of the void. Also, check out the Nightmare's Whisper in action. It's a really strong weapon, I swear. The range is so far. You can even snipe enemies from far, and it's like it penetrates to other enemies as well, so you can hit multiple targets at once. It's a really awesome weapon. And when the boss respawns again, it's time to fight this thing. Now with a Nightmare's Whisper and a Yeti armor set, which increases range attack damage. Look at how fast this guy's HP drains. This weapon, I swear, is one of my favorite right now because it's just so fast. It penetrates and the accuracy is really high because you just need to aim and click, and it's just fires laser in a straight line. So yeah, no brainer. Just aim at the eye and kill it fast. And for the drop on this fight, I actually got the sword that it drops called the Edge of Darkness. So yeah, let's go. We have a new melee weapon and it shoots out beam when you like attack with it. So it's pretty awesome. To make grinding of the essence of the void faster, I actually summoned yet another meteor event at another side of this island. So there will be like 2 spots I can go back and forth as I kill them for the essence of the void. And after getting all the ingots that I needed, I crafted myself the armor set. So the armor set gives a flat damage percent increase rate, so it can be melee or range, so you can use both weapons. I also crafted myself all the tools that I needed, well, basically just a pickaxe and a void crossbow because I was pretty curious how this thing works. And so I fought the boss again, but this time with a void crossbow. And yeah, with a void crossbow, it turns regular arrows into a void arrows, and void arrows are homing arrows, but its damage, I think it's lesser than the Nightmare's Whisper, so I'm sticking with the Nightmare's Whisper. Anyways, now that we're done farming for the essence of the void and the void stuff, the pickaxe that we made using the void ingot can actually mine obsidian. So those are the walls that we couldn't pass before, and now we're at the deepest layer of the cave, so it's filled with lava here. So this place was filled with imps, lava golems, and lava knights. I don't know, there's also phoenixes here, but they die so fast to our laser beam. I really like this place because the chests here, or the boxes that you can destroy, actually drops the greater version of potions, meaning we can farm potions on here. Also, we have discovered this dwarf NPC. He is also someone that has like the collection stuff. He wants all the ores, and we can get a recipe for something called the fabled traveler's boots. But yeah, we need a lot of ingots, and there are some here that I haven't encountered yet. For now, I just continued grinding down here, looking for stuff like molten cores. So molten cores is the next type of item that we need to collect or grind, I believe, in order to make the next tools that we can make. And also, to craft these said tools, we'll need to basically use the anvil here down at, I don't know how to call this area, the deepest parts of the dungeon, I guess. Yeah, the anvil here. We need it to make the items. But first, we gotta collect the materials. Down here, there's also area where they're like these mechanical demons or humanoid demons. They're pretty cool, but most importantly, yeah, I'm just wanting to loot like some random items that I haven't gotten yet in this place. I'm making use of my void crossbow right now because the laser beam can't actually destroy boxes, which is pretty annoying. So I'm just using the crossbow for now since it naturally breaks the boxes, so I don't need to break it with a melee weapon or something. So yeah, it's just a looting spree down here. So more or less, there was actually no boss down there, but I did get a couple of these things which can drill like molten cores, but you have to defend it in order to produce the cores or drill the cores. So this is just like a small event where we can get some molten cores. Right now, I'm just gathering more materials so we can get enough ingots to craft the armor set. I already made myself the pickaxe, but there's really nothing else that I can do right now. I'm not sure if there's any boss after this because I explored the entirety of that underground place. I mean, not really the entirety, but most of the parts of that map, but I couldn't really find anything down there anymore. Also, to process the flamerite, so that's the ores, the name of the ores in the underground, you'll need an obsidian furnace where you have to collect some obsidians and then some molten cores. And yeah, I already have it. So yeah, the only thing missing is like the new armor set. So I then went to, let's just call this place hell, back to the forge so I can craft the new armor set that I want to try and wear. I also tried giving like the dwarf all the ingots that he needs, but I'm just missing some. So the armor set I decided was a range armor set called the Infernal Cull or something. Increases range attack. But yeah, there's a couple of new items as well that I got from here, but yeah, I was kind of hoping that I would fight a boss, but I couldn't find a boss down there. So, and this is the end. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed your stay here. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. Also, a quick shout out to my very first channel member. You are awesome. Your support seriously means a lot. And hey guys, if you're enjoying the content lately, just know there's a little button down there that says join. But really, thank you guys, and I really appreciate every one of you. Bye now.